Hey peoples, and welcome to the Christmas edition of the Zenith update. Now, the majority of this update is going to be about Silent Hill Lazarus, but before we get onto that, some housekeeping. Those of you waiting on signed copies of the Silent Hill Requiem poster. Now, I was planning on sending those out at the beginning of this month, until I saw a press release from the Royal Mail telling the country that they were currently overwhelmed with the amount of parcels and letters they've been getting due to online shopping because of the pandemic. I myself am still waiting on post that was sent out to me in November. So, to err on the side of caution, because if these posters were to get lost, I can't afford to replace them, I'm going to send the posters out at the beginning of next month instead. There are now 2 new videos on the channel. The last trailer for Silent Hill Requiem, just to let people know that if they are after a DVD or Blu-ray edition of the film, those are now readily available to the public, but you'd be better off ordering one next year. And the other video is part 2 of Splatterhouse Jennifer Smells of Rot, which released this Halloween just gone. Okay, so on to Lazarus. So I should start by saying that if you've not watched Silent Hill Requiem yet and plan to watch it in the future, turn this video off now, because I will most likely be spoiling the story for Requiem in regards to talking to Lazarus. And they're gone. Okay, so for the rest of you, I'll cut to the chase. I need to change Silent Hill Lazarus. Why? 2 main reasons. 1 is the budget, and 2 is the pandemic. Now, I needed to raise between $8,000 and $10,000 to film all 12 episodes of Silent Hill Lazarus. We have raised just shy of $3,000. So that's about 2 to 3 episodes that have a budget. In terms of the pandemic, because all my actors come from all different corners of the UK, getting them to my studio regularly is currently impossible. So after speaking with my Silent Hill consultant, that being AJ, also known as the Gaming Muse, I am now ready to talk to you about the changes I plan to make to Silent Hill Lazarus. So how is Lazarus going to change? Not in any huge way, to be honest. The narrative is still the same, and the project goal of it being a series that explores Silent Hill as a town is still ongoing, with 6 episodes being the Jessica story arc and the other 6 episodes being the Freak of the Week that explore the town and the people that live within it. What I am looking to change is the framing of the show. The central focus of Lazarus is still Cheryl's daughter Jessica and why Silent Hill has drawn her into the town. In the original concept, the show would focus on her in every episode, with James, in his new character role as an otherworld detective, that's a working title, tagging along. So they become a sort of Mulder and Scully from X-Files meets Olivia and Peter from Fringe, with some Haven and Twin Peaks for good measure. Which then kind of leads you into James's character, because James stuck around, because obviously he wanted to try and find Laura after she disappeared at the end of Requiem. And through him sticking around, he's sort of become this, quote-unquote supernatural detective.
I remember that.
Yeah, where he's kind of started helping people in the area, or when people find themselves trapped in Silent Hill, because he's had because he's been touched by the other world and by the experiences. He can sense when it's going down. He's kind of got a sixth sense about it, which is slightly explored in Requiem. There's very, very subtly hinted at when, if you remember, he's arguing with Cheryl in room 302. Mm-hmm. And she says something to him about, do you always just kill your problems? And he storms off. And then she comes up and James was her and he's like, do you feel that? And then, the monsters appear. So it's like he's kind of got this tingle, shall we say. Mm-hmm. And as time, because Lazarus is 16 years after Requiem, so in these 16 years he's become more and more attuned. and now people go to him when they've got a Silent Hill related problem. The tagline being, if the police can't help you and the priests can't save you, you find James Sunderland. So what I'm suggesting to change is, rather than it being from the perspective of Jessica, it is instead from the perspective of James. So the story arc episodes will be Jessica and James. Those are the 3 episodes that currently have a budget, and the first 3 Freak of the Week episodes would just be James, which would also include the very first episode. So if James is this kind of supernatural detective that turns Lazarus into kind of like a noir detective show.
Which I think would be fun, especially, a Silent Hill-esque, noir story would be great.
Okay, good.
I think it's a good decision. I like the direction. It'll be a neat project. Even if it's not what was originally imagined, I don't think this is a bad start.
Now this is purely a logistical change. As I play James, filming myself isn't an issue. I'm not getting paid for this project, just as I didn't get paid for making Requiem, so the budget's not an issue. The issue I have is the narcissism this idea presents. Now, I roll my eyes whenever I see a film project where the writer and director is also the lead actor. And aside from my university project, I always put myself in a secondary character role in the films that I make. Now, I will still be that secondary character, as the story isn't about James. But with this new framing idea, I will be seen much more in what I hope to be the opening 6 episodes. 3 episodes having a budget, and the other 3 not having one. And thus the question I have for you is, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about seeing more of me as James Sunderland in this project? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. And in regards to the budget, the plan is to now use each episode as a vehicle to raise donations for the next one, in hopes of reaching the budget goal and making the last 6 episodes in the way they were intended to be made, including all the other characters I intend to be a part of this series. And that's that. Because I have a terrible knack for wanting to be honest and transparent, I don't want to move forward with this idea until I hear from you, the people that are supporting it. So all that leaves me to do is to thank you for watching this video, and to now thank my current patrons over on Patreon that are keeping Zenithfilms ticking along in this troubled year we're having. Amy Ballett, Sylvia Garcia, Gideon Martinez, Amorashi Nazgar, Paul Dulski, Daniel Hughes, and Jason S. Perry. Thank you so much for your continued support. Especially considering the year we've all been having. It means the world to me and my team. And all that leaves me to say now is I wish you all a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, and I hope you get to spend time with the ones that you love. And as always, all the best.